know I just like to talk with you.
What is up, fellas and fellers? We are up in Marin County. It's north of San Francisco, in a little gem called Point Reyes National Seashore. It's a beautiful spot, part of the national park system. I saw a bat flying around a second ago, which is a strange sight to see in the daytime. Maybe it's an omen that in the near future I might meet a cute vampire babe. Can only hope.
I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two elbows. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. I just wanna see the same things you can see, understand the meaning on a new degree. Maybe that could happen when you're next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see.
We're almost at the campground. I'm absolutely getting annihilated by these mosquitoes, and it's kind of triggering. I'm pretty triggered right now. I gotta go fast, or else these little buddies are gonna suck me off big time. Little skeeters sucking me off. Looks pretty nice.
The campsite at Glen Camp included some modest furnishings: a bear box, a spot to cook your food, a spigot for potable water. And while I did have some neighbors within pissing distance, that didn't compare to campsite number 10, which has no privacy and is probably reserved for exhibitionist psychopaths. But back to campsite number 6. There was a space I first thought would be perfect to pitch my tent, but turns out, banana slugs beat me to it. I was itching to get mad, but I respect their punctuality. Also, the campsite was on a mild slope, and I figured that would bother me more than the slugs. This was my second time pitching my new tent, but setup was as easy as getting the footprint down, getting the poles up, attaching some clips, getting the rain fly on, and... Wait, was that it? Maybe I did that last part wrong. And there we go, easy as that. My home away from home. So cozy, even the mosquitoes couldn't wait to get in.
Good morning, guys. We have woken up in Point Reyes, same place where I went to sleep. Funny how that works. But yeah, today we're gonna go look at a lighthouse. We're gonna see some trees, and we might see some two elk on the Tomales Point trail. It's shaping up to be a pretty good day, guys. Cannot complain until there's a reason to. And believe me, I will come up with a reason to complain.
Before long, I'd be back to my car and back on the road. I was glad to give my legs a rest and enjoy the unobstructed views of the grassy Point Reyes headlands. At the western terminus of the peninsula stands a storied maritime protector, the Point Reyes Lighthouse.
All you was buried in responsibility.
After walking a half-mile past majestic views of the ocean, some really cool rock formations, and a dilapidated water catchment system, I reached the 313 stairs leading down to the lighthouse. I personally enjoy a landmark that includes a workout. The Point Reyes Lighthouse was built all the way back in 1870 and was in service for 105 years. Visitors can admire the old foghorns in the equipment room, while at the same time hearing the new foghorn go off periodically just outside. Point Reyes is the windiest and foggiest place on the Pacific coast, so the lighthouse was vital for sailors avoiding the treacherous coastline.
It's a tunnel of trees. It's a tree tunnel. It's a tunnel of trees. We're here at the KPH old historical building. This whole complex was constructed in the Art Deco style. Looks really good. Even the garages, Art Deco. Very nice. We love to see it. We've all played BioShock. We know what Art Deco is. Frankly, it's just a good vibe out here. The weather's really good and stuff. So yeah, love it. So after a bit of driving, I have arrived at Tomales Point. I'm parked next to the historic Pierce Ranch, and I'm here a lot later than I thought I'd be. I will not be able to do the full hike, which is disappointing, but it's better than needing to pitch my tent tonight in the dark. Let's just go walk around. We're gonna go walk around. Great view. As you can see, we got a bit of the trail left. I think I'm maybe 3/4 of a mile in out of 4 to the end. But I'm gonna have to stop here.
I was kind of bummed I hadn't seen any Thule elk at this point, but just as I started walking back, there they were.
I'm so stoked. Basically had to cut this hike off early. At the last moment, got to see the Thule elk. Very cool. Thule elk. Couldn't tell you the difference between one of those and like a deer, but people say they're interesting, so basically gonna take their word for it. They were introduced to Point Reyes back in the 1970s because they were hunted to extinction out here. But now we get to see them today. We love to see it, guys. We do, in fact, love to see it. It's just a fact that you can't deny. That's a fact you can't deny. Now I'm walking back to Pierce Point Ranch. Livestock farming has been a huge part of the economy around here since the 1800s, I believe, and this ranch actually dates back to the late 1800s.
I spent the second night at the Creekside Campground in Samuel P. Taylor State Park, and it was alright. As the name suggested, my campsite was right next to a creek, which was super relaxing and cozy. But the campsites were so close together, I felt like the couple next to me was like 10 feet away at all times. Kinda awkward. So I ate some udon I got from Costco, and also a very appetizing bowl of slop consisting of oatmeal and protein powder. Once I made it back to the coast, I proceeded north on the winding Highway 1 until I made it to my first stop of the day, Fort Ross.
These are goated Costco nuts. The drive here was incredibly scenic. The weather today, a little more cloudy than it has been, gave this sort of stark vibe, which matched this Northern California coast really well. We're here at Fort Ross, which is an old Russian fort. After I finish eating my $7 box of gourmet sour strips and my Costco nuts, we're gonna go nuts at Fort Ross. What's up, buddy? So pretty. I think you want some of my nuts.
If you've never heard of Fort Ross, it was a Russian colony established in 1812 to provide resources to Russia's Alaskan settlements. It was home to California's first windmill and thrived on the otter fur trade until 1841. Well, after a steep decline in the sea otter population, the fort became too costly to maintain for the Russians, so they left. Today, most of the buildings in Fort Ross are reconstructions, furnished with historically accurate tools and furniture. But one of the buildings, the Rochev House, is the last Russian-era structure still standing in the fort. There is a replica of the original windmill there as well, but the fans weren't attached at the time because of termite damage.
Alright, just parked at the pullout for Bowling Ball Beach. Wasn't sure if I should stop here or not. Kind of on a time constraint right now. Tide's coming up. Probably won't be able to see the bowling balls themselves. Maybe just the tip sticking out of the water. The tips of the bowling balls is what I was talking about. Super interesting geological formations. They're very round, ball-shaped. One could even say they're bowling ball-shaped. Hope you enjoyed seeing the bowling balls too, as much as I did. Next stop is Mendocino. If I get there in time, we're gonna be eating at the Fog Eater Cafe. That's the sun. It keeps going down, so we're gonna try to beat it. Let's go.